in this region in particular, we watch a lot of DDD2, but anywhere in the world, we probably don't see that much Lucario. So it'll be fun to watch Highwayman kind of take this up against Kosoku, especially, you know, it'll be scary to watch this, especially on the side of Highwayman, because Kosoku in particular, but any Mario player should be finding pretty reliable kills. And you know, Lucario really thrives off the part in this metagame where characters need to hit like certain moves to kill you. Not every move is a I will kill you eventually with this, but Kosoku has plenty of moves that will kill you, and that's a hell of a way to start the game. Yeah, that's what Mario does with platforms, man. You gotta make sure you're not letting him set you up there.
And PS2 is a fantastic stage for Mario to kill off the top. How low the ceilings are compared to Town and City or Gallows, he's gonna have an easier time. Yeah.
Definitely we see Kosoku, you know, early kill and an early lead means that he gets to establish that game plan against Highwayman, but he does have to be careful of the fact that now that he's got this lead, if you have a stock lead on Lucario, his aura will scale much quicker and you know, start really doing big damage. In fact, like right now, this is probably equivalent to about like 60-ish to 70-ish% aura on Lucario, so that's something to be wary of, because this is where he becomes a real character.
That's where he's being hit and knocked continuously by Mario also have to be so threatening for Mario, because you have to be frantic with your combos, or you're just gonna get command grab just like that and blowing up that first stock from Kosoku off of that one hit.
That's a great call out there from Highwayman too. He was playing to react there at the ledge. The moment he saw that neutral getup, he'd already seen that Kosoku, after he commits to something big, he does like to shield afterwards, and a neutral getup is a pretty big commit sometimes. So ran right up with the force palm to take the stock, and now he might have a little bit more up his sleeve with that counter. This game's even. In fact, I would say Highwayman's favor with all the aura that he's got.
Indeed, and Highwayman fighting so much one-for-one against Kosoku right now and trading even, having so much of a simpler time keeping center stage and trying to throw him off and just mix up Kosoku's tempo.
Mixing up the tempo is really important against Mario, because if you do that, I mean, he's got good aerial drift, but he's got short and stubby limbs. So if you can let yourself react to when that threat zone's coming to you, especially a character like Lucario, you can hit him pretty hard. And you know, Highwayman's sticking to a pretty defensive game plan when it comes to being in disadvantage. He just wants to make sure that nothing silly happens to him. But Kosoku, much like Highwayman called out the way that Kosoku acts after a neutral getup, Kosoku did the same thing right back to Highwayman to take the lead.
And Kosoku's not the type of Mario to really press a lot of buttons in disadvantage. He's really methodical with where he spaces a lot of his aerials, especially reading the ledge.
Uh-oh, boss, we're in trouble.
We are in trouble. Mayday, Ben, can you get out of this really bad situation?
Oh, and Kosoku, very lucky that he missed that up there too, because Highwayman, I mean, with the aura that he's got, may have actually killed Kosoku off the top right there. 101%, you know, this is where normally we'd say like, oh, it's looking like curtains, but you're Lucario, so actually you're scared if you're Mario.
Oh, indeed. Mario does not want to underestimate Lucario at these percents, but that back throw, not gonna do it just yet. Kosoku has to work a little bit harder for his meal.
Nice tech.
Edge guard.
I like that Kosoku also went off with that Nair too to try to set up for a second tech situation. Yes, that landing back air is like -2 at best on shield, and Highwayman tried to punish it. Kosoku was immediately ready with the spot dodge and up smash to, of course, take care of business when you're that close to your opponent.
Yeah, these perfectly spaced up smashes at the ledge. That's the type of spacing we... Patient deliberation, especially catching all of these get-up options from ledge. What's not to love about it?
I mean, you're talking about Kosoku, like, he's not a button presser. He definitely preys on panic situations, and that's what he tries to set up with Mario. I mean, he's very good at making you panic because he can drift in and out. With that aerial drift, he's got very safe aerials on shield, like we just saw. And setting up that kind of situation where you get hit on your shield, a lot of people will tend to immediately, you know, pick an option, and it'll generally be their option 0. Kosoku had already, you know, kind of realized that Highwayman likes to hit the button out of that. And, you know,
she come out.
This is a character that Kosoku has been working on since Smash 4. He wants this to be a solid secondary for him. However, I'm very terrified by this matchup in particular, and I think that anyone would be, because, my gosh, if he can't finish his plate, he is in so much deep trouble. Like, he is not just in detention trouble. He's getting, like, expelled from the school trouble.
It's so harder to get more consistent kills as Sheik. This new game, because of how hard it is for her to, like, link stuff. Especially Needles into Bouncing Fish, one of the biggest nerfs to kill confirms. So much working against her.
Yeah, I mean, now that knockback is a lot less floaty than it was in other games, it can be hard for her to get some confirms, but you can be rest assured that Kosoku has definitely spent a lot of time labbing out the kill confirms to make sure that in a matchup like against Lucario, he doesn't let Highwayman get anything rolling, and that bouncing fish is actually going to end up killing him. Yeah. It's because he burned his double jump.
Yeah. So, Highwayman going to take that lead really quickly. Rage in factor as well too. Plus Aura means Highwayman's gonna get some extra boost in his combos and his damage.
You gotta be so afraid of a Lucario with this much Aura. 129%. You can see that even like the neutral air is doing so much damage to Kosoku.
Honestly, one command grab could probably kill. Okay, right now for Kosoku, if he lets Highwayman stay alive for 2.
Interesting. Didn't quite work out for Highwayman. I think that he really wanted to fly all the way back onto that platform where maybe Kosoku wouldn't be able to kill him outright. But yeah, definitely went all the way around with that extreme speed and back to even stocks. This is where Kosoku could maybe get that lead back with a footstool. He's got a great setup off stage.
Guards. Oh my god, Kosoku trying to look for these style points. Off stage situations.
Like I was saying, man, those panic situations, Kosoku's so good at forcing them, and definitely got one off stage there. Gotta be building up this damage, though, and he is certainly not letting Highwayman back onto the stage without a little bit of bruising to pay for it. Back air, though, one of Lucario's stronger moves.
That, yeah, definitely one of Lucario's killing moves that really, one of the main things he relies on to close out those stocks whenever he needs to. 7% right now on Highwayman and 109 for Sheik. I don't know, man. This might look like this is more so in Lucario's favor at this point with how much rage is in effect.
This takes one big hit, one solid hit to do this. I mean, if he has a good read on when Kosoku wants to shield, you can see a force palm like he did to take that first stock. I think that was the first stock in game 1, but yeah, we'll see. Down smash to cover pretty much everything on the landing right there. So yeah, good lead for Kosoku.
That is one thing that does easily transfer over from Mario to Sheik for Kosoku is just how well he follows up off of his tech chases so consistently. With that down smash accordingly, racking up this damage. Kosoku with the drag down up there? Okay.
Yeah, that is something that Sheik will do for a long time, and it does require some pretty good reaction time sometimes to know what your opponent's going to do afterwards. Kosoku's got a fantastic reaction time, and just pairing that with Sheik, really huge, but oh man.
Yeah.
Back here from Lucario, we talked about it, man.
Indeed, yeah. Again, such a powerful move for this character. But yeah, I do agree. Kosoku's reaction time, so on point. It's that young man syndrome. He just goes like the younger you are in this game, the more you can just react so quickly to things. It's scary.
However, sometimes you also got to go for those reads. You know, playing as a character like Sheik, not all your kills are going to come on reaction, and we saw Kosoku go real deep off stage to finish off that stock, but now that he hasn't, Highwayman has certainly got the potential to take a stock. Back throw is going to do a lot of damage and get the Sheik off stage.
Strong situation.
And if Highwayman can just land a solid hit, 126 Aura. And alright, and you can see how carefully he's playing right now. He's still sticking a lot into the air. Lucario does have really good aerial drift. If he can make it back, Kosoku does get the 2-frame with the down tilt, but no follow-up. Highwayman was ready to DI out of that.
Yes, indeed. Great awareness from Highwayman. Has the center stage right now. And Kosoku respecting his aura charge options.
We see Highwayman giving up so much stage when he's sitting in the corner like that. Up here was brilliant to get back, though, yeah.
Man, Highwayman getting footstooled!
He got footstooled. Yep. Yeah, that's Kosoku says, look, if I can't hit him with a move to finish it off, I'll just use game mechanics.
Yeah, I'll just go for the disrespectful mechanic functions. Wow.
I don't even know how disrespectful that was, man. Like, he was just like, all right, Highwayman's going low every single time. I don't have a down air that doesn't kill me, so I'll just footstool him. I'll win the game, you know, whatever.
It doesn't matter. He's like, whatever.
Yeah, man, Kosoku's crazy, man. I think one thing, I think that Highwayman could have won that game too, maybe. I think think that, you know, I'm not going to say that Kosoku counterpicked himself into Sheik's worst matchup, but Lucario definitely has fun against Sheik. I think that Highwayman was relying a little bit too much on staying in the air. Like, Lucario does have really good aerial drift, and he has some pretty hard to contest aerials, but on the ground, he still has some pretty decent tilts, and especially the grounded movement speed. It's really solid to mix up your opponent.
Yes,
I would like to
stance is so good, just for spacing in general. And
I'd like to see him just pressure his opponent a little bit more, like from the ground with Lucario. But you know what? I got to see myself playing in brackets, so I'm also going to be swapping off the commentary. So we'll get one more on.
All right, best of